Welcome back to the Chisler Estate. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I want to share with you my commander decks. Well, the commanders for my commander decks. I think I've got 11 decks built. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first one I have is going to be Kratos. And yes, I did get the secret lair for Kratos. If you've played the video game, that's where I love Kratos. So he's a 3 cost, he's a mono mountain, he's a 2/3, has double strike, and then all creatures have haste. At the beginning of each player's end step, Kratos deals damage to that player equal to the number of creatures that player controls that didn't attack this turn. So this makes Kratos, when I get him out on the field, he does give all the creatures haste, so the game does go pretty fast, unless he gets enchanted, but it's pretty fast. And then I have Queen Marcheska. She's a 4 cost. She's a human assassin, 3/3. She has death touch and haste, and when Queen Marcheska enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent is the monarch, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with death touch and haste. So when you're the monarch, you draw a card. In this, you want other people to be the monarch so that you can create that 1/1 creature token with death touch and haste. So cool to play. And then I have Hackball of the Surging Soul. Merfolk Scout, 4 cost to come out, 3/3. I did buy the precon for this. I really wanted to see how the decks were built, pre-built. So it's definitely super fun to play. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each Merfolk creature you control explores. So that means reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land, otherwise put a +1/+1 counter on the exploring creature, then put that card back or put it into your graveyard. And then whenever he attacks, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield if you don't draw a card. So this is absolutely fun. You get extra land per turn. If you don't, you get to draw an extra card per turn. So this takes forever because I usually pop off pretty early in the game where I have many merfolk creatures that I send out pretty quickly. So exploring takes a long time. So yeah, games last hours when I play Hackball. Alright, and now I have Edgar Murkoff. He's a 6 cost to come out. He's a 4/4 vampire knight. If you've seen my previous videos, this is my chase card in Innistrad Remastered, and I cannot pull him at all in any Innistrad Remastered booster packs that I get. Collector packs still can't, so I just bought him. He was about $19 when I bought him. But he has Eminence. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar is in the command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. Edgar has first strike and haste, and then whenever Edgar attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. Generally, he just stays in my command zone. I definitely have to check my mana curve on this one because he is such a high cost to come out. But definitely the creature token part is really fun to play. And then I have Arabella, Abandoned Doll. She is a 2 cost to come out, a 1/3, and whenever Arabella Abandoned Doll attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. So in this deck I have a lot of artifacts, equipments, and things that create 1/1 creature tokens. I generally like to put the artifacts onto Arabella. She can be higher in toughness. That's okay with me because it deals damage to each opponent where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. So she can be higher than a 1, which is fine. Definitely really fun to play. And then I have Runo Stromkirk. He is a 3-cost vampire cleric, 1/4, and he has flying. When Runo enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If a creature card with mana value 6 or greater is revealed this way, transform Runo. And then he transforms into Krothus, Lord of the Deep, which is a Kraken horror. Still has flying, and then whenever Krothus, Lord of the Deep, attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. If that creature is a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent, create 2 of those tokens instead. So of course, as you already can tell, I have a lot of Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent creatures in here that are definitely high mana value. I do have a couple of Leviathan, Octopus, Kraken, Serpent creatures in here that are lower cost, just to get some creatures onto my battlefield, early in the game. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. And then I have Sarah. She's a 3-cost, 2/2, human citizen. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 or less to cast. And then she has at the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you may transform Sarah. And she transforms into Crystallized Sarah, which is a legendary artifact. And the first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 or less to cast, so that stays the same. But then each legendary creature you control gets a +2/+2. So just a +2/+2, not a +2/+2 counter. Early in our Magic, competing days, I got that confused with counters. This is just a +2/+2, not a +2/+2 counter. So yeah, she's definitely a lot of fun to play too. In this deck I have plenty of legendary creatures, as well as a lot of enchantments to kind of hold Sarah on the battlefield. So a lot of fun. And I have Brea. She's one of my newer commanders. She's a 4-cost. She's Plains, Island, Swamp, and Mountain. She's a human 4/4. And when Brea enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. And then I can tap 2 mana, sacrifice 2 artifacts, and I get to choose 1. So Brea deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Target creature gets a -4/-4 until end of turn, or I gain 5 life. I think I've only played her 1 time, and I was not very successful. I just built her and I really wanted to try her out, so there are a couple cards I do need to remove and add in here. And then we have Ariette of the Charmed Apple. She is a 3-cost to come out, a 2/4 human warlock. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack you or planeswalker you control. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. This one is so much fun. Even though it's just plains and swamp, there are many enchantment aura cards that I have in this deck. It's so much fun. Sometimes you can, trick your opponent and give them a +2/+0 and flying, or give them a -1/-1, or just enchant their creature completely where they can't block or attack, or they can't use their abilities. So much fun. This one's so much fun. Nobody likes her. And then I have Eddie. So I got this one in Secret Lair pack as well. So this is the one that I had. So he's Captain Nagathrod. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but he's a 5-cost to come out. He's a horror pirate 3/6. And then, so horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. At the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there from their library this turn. Put it onto the battlefield under your control. So this one's absolutely fun. All my creatures in here are horror creatures. They all have menace, of course. It's fun. I played Eddie once or twice before, and I love playing cards from other opponents' graveyards because they're cards that you generally wouldn't have in your deck when you're playing against somebody, especially if it's not an island or a mountain. So it's definitely such a fun card to play. Super cool art too. And then my last one is going to be Kiora, the Rising Tide. She's a 3-cost, a 3/2 Merfolk Noble. And when she enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. She has Threshold whenever Kiora attacks. If there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may create Scion of the Deep, a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token. So I'm actually going to break apart this deck because she was, in the beginning, this was one of my first decks I've created. And I didn't understand the legendary rule, where you can only have 1 legendary in commander play, 1 legendary creature only that's named the same. So I have to change this one. She could be in my 99. It's great for a 99, but because you can only create 1, and I was creating, many, so that was definitely wrong. So I'm gonna break her deck apart. And then this is a secret. Nobody knows, but I am gonna create a new commander deck with Tessa, Envoy of Ghosts. She's a 7-cost, so very high cost. Human Advisor 4/4. She has Vigilance and Protection from creatures. And whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that creature. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. This is going to be so good. I don't think anybody knows that I'm going to be building her. I have like maybe 4 or 5 other commanders that I want to use as well, but she's definitely going to be one of my next ones that I build. It's going to be super cool. Alright, so that is what I have so far. Definitely a lot of fun. We love playing Commander. We play once a week, just with our family, so nothing competitive or anything, but it is fun to see a bunch of people playing Magic or Pokemon at your local game store. It's super cool. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it. You guys have a good day.